If you change your life in the next months, you don't need another diet, detox, or vision board. You need focus. And I'm going to show you how to lock in just 10 minutes a day so you actually follow through this time. In this video, we're going to go through exactly what you need because most women say they want change. They want to lose weight. They want to make more money. They want to find love. But here's what I see: distraction, scrolling, Netflix, food, wine, overthinking, analysis paralysis. You're starving your desires and feeding your distractions. And if nothing changes, no change, no change. The next 4 months will look like the last 4 years. But here's the good news: you can change everything. Just 10 minutes of locked in with me. I'm telling you, this will change everything because identity is the key. And if you don't believe you'll follow through, you won't. It's like an alcoholic saying, just one drink. Willpower won't save you. Identity wins every time. Your mind, it's like ChatGPT. You are programming it all the time. But remember the saying by Henry Ford: whether you think you can or you can't, so here's the thing: clarity is king. Not, I want to lose weight, but I want you to know how much and by when. Not, I want more money or I want to be wealthy. What's the exact amount? By when? Inside reinvention, we go deeper with this. We look under the hood. What do you really want? I want you to go big and then bring it down. Who do you need to be? What does she do differently? Pick one habit and then commit and go all in. When we look at beliefs and scaling goals, big dreams can feel kind of out of reach. And this is why we need to go up the ladder of belief. If 30 pounds feels too far, bring it down to 10. If 50,000 months feels too big, bring it down to $5,000 a month. Because here's the thing: focus dies in uncertainty. We need to be able to really gain the clarity and really be embodied. That is the difference between just having a goal and really feeling it real. See, I teach embodiment. And when we're getting locked in to focus, it takes connection, commitment, consistency, and conviction. These are my four C's that I teach that are extremely powerful in getting you from point A to point B. And this is also about you enjoying the journey. See, as women, we need to feel inspired. We need to feel lit up and creative. And we also need to know that we're choosing it and it's on our terms. If we feel immense pressure, and that's what social media, and that's what you're going to start seeing. And even in this video, I did a little bit, like, we've only got 4 months left, but the bottom line is pressure. Just like when a woman wants to get pregnant, the stress of it. That's why when she decides she's going to adopt or she lets go, all of a sudden she's pregnant with twins. There's a reason. Our bodies hold, and we're meant to be creators. We are natural manifestors. And what's happened, though, is we lost our ability to connect in and really own our power fiercely and from the divine feminine. Because let me tell you a few things about a queen. And this is the energy that I want you to bring into this locked in focus: love. I tell everybody in my online membership, Limitless Academy, I call them all, you guys, I'm like, you are queens. What are quintessential things that a queen does? And I need you to really, I want you to see this, and I want you to feel the crown on top of your head and be like, yes, this is me. Here's the thing. What is a queen? A queen, one, doesn't eat like a pauper. She eats high quality food because she knows that her body is her vessel for creation and manifestation. She knows that how she cares for herself and what she puts into her body shows up in how she looks, in her appearance, in her mental clarity, in reversing aging, in her awareness and connection to herself. So she is going to put her oxygen mask on first. She's not going to stop at the Chick-fil-A or at Mickey D's. She's not going to sit and make sure that only her children or other people in her family have the highest supplements. She knows that she must take care of her kingdom. She must be and honestly honor her home. And so she eats like a queen, not like a pauper. She dresses like a queen. She doesn't have clothes with holes and dirt and stains and undergarments that she would never want somebody to see. We've got to clear those out, guys. And I say that because it's true. It's time for you to really up level your self-care. And the way that you see yourself is the way that everyone else will see you. Okay, this 101 when we're talking about identity shifting, everyone is your mirror, Neville Goddard style. Everyone's your mirror. But it all starts with you. If you have an internal dialogue, inner conversation that you're not worthy and deserving of spending money on new underwear or nice pajamas to go to bed, and you're sleeping in things with holes, or it's, oh, no one's going to see me anyway, but then you're saying you want love, we're not living from the end, are we? So I want you to really think about who she is. The queen doesn't eat like a pauper. The queen dresses in the finest quality clothes. This does not mean that you need to have all designer anything. I see women often, they prioritize everybody else. And I'm like, when's the last time you went and got a facial, a massage, bought yourself a pair of clothes, or they put off what they want? I'm not doing that until I lose the weight, or I'm not doing that until I've made the money, or I'm not. And I'm like, then you're just living into your own limitations. And the universe is responding to your message. And your message is not now. I can't enjoy my life now. I can't enjoy my body now. I'm not enough now. So when you're saying that's what you're getting in return, really understand that this is how it works. So a queen, she adorns herself in the highest quality clothes. She doesn't need to have everything or like a walk-in closet filled with whatever, but what she does have, she appreciates. And she has pride in her appearance. A queen knows that she doesn't need to take up space with words and just for no reason. She is selective in what she says, and she holds eye contact and has confidence in who she is. She doesn't need to command a room by being gregarious in nature or by having all the things to say. She knows that her mere presence and energy is the gift. So no, she's not going to split the check because she knows her energy, her presence, who she's being is the gift. Her presence alone, she walks out and she waves. She's not needing to prove anything about who she is. She's not saying, oh my God, look at me. Let me tell you why I'm amazing. Let me tell you why I'm successful. Let me show you my social media stats. Let me tell you my bank account. I'm going to go adorn myself in all the logos. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. But I really want you to understand there's an energy to the feminine. And when we're looking at this locked in, this is a trending thing right now. And I see it with all the 20s and 30s, but for women 40 plus, it's still very real. And for women over 40 more than ever, there is so much more expected because you've got more responsibilities and humans you may have to take care of. You might be separating or in the middle of a divorce. You might be just getting married. You might have had a child. You might there's all these different things. And so it is so easy, especially if you are now pursuing your dream, making yourself a priority, to get scattered and to do 10%, 10%, 10%. And what you're going to find is come the holidays and end of December, and everyone's going, take stock of what you did this year. You're going to go, I felt like I did so much, but I didn't actually move forward. I still didn't release the weight, or I still didn't make this much more. I still didn't really get my business off the ground. I still didn't get that book going. I still didn't start this. The house is still in, I had all these ideas. That's why I created my free gift guide, which is the Bold Life Challenge. And this is 30 days, one challenge, one habit, epic transformation. And it's one bold action. And that's what you're doing. So I created a 30-day challenge. You get to pick your challenge. Pick the one thing that you're committing to for 30 days to prove to you that you're done playing small, that you're ready to have it all, that you follow through and show up for you. And if you want that, it is linked below. We would love to have you. And by we, I mean myself and my team. But I wanted to put something together because I saw it's so easy to get caught up in all the things. But if you just pick one thing, when I did the Next Level You challenge this past year, that's what I heard was the women were like, in the feedback, they loved having just one thing. And I said, for 30 days, I want one goal that you're picking, just one, not 10. Once you open up this free gift, you will see I have exact instructions and what to do, and you will love it. And it's free, and it's to support you in your next level and to see what you follow through and can commit to. In 4 months, you can pick 4 different things that you can change. Start with one, and for the next 30 days, you get to pick. I can't wait to hear from you on what that is. Understanding the queen. So big dreams can feel out of reach. I get that. That's completely normal. But what I was talking about earlier, and what I was really saying is clarity is king, right? Not, I want to lose weight, but know exactly what do you want your body to look like? Get a mental picture. What does that mean to you? Not, I want more money or I want to be wealthy, but what's the exact amount? What do you want it for? How is it going to feel when you have it? And when do you want it by? And then look at every limiting belief that comes up that says, you can't have that. How's it going to make its way to manifesting and identity work? All of this is about energy. You don't need to know the how. But when you open up your mind and give it something to focus on that no longer has limitations around it because you're not focused on the how, that's when your higher self can come in and give you the guidance. And that's when you get a random $1 million idea. That's when you get told to call this person or reach out about this. That's when you start getting unexpected money. And like I said, inside reinvention, this is probably one of the most profound things in that program is really getting you to stretch into what you really want and going big. And what I mean by that is often women will say, especially those with religious affiliations, i.e. recovering Catholic over here, whether you're Jewish, Christian, Protestant, Muslim, it doesn't matter. But generally, when religion is at play, there's been this belief system in our Gen X generation of, who am I to ask for too much? And I have enough. And what would I need all that for? And what I go back and say is, it actually states in the Bible, it's not that we asked for too much, it's that we asked for too little. And it's through the blessings of the divine kingdom that you're able to then bless others. And there's nothing wrong with you wanting, because wanting is desire, and desire is the birth of creation. And desires on your heart are meant for you, and they were God-given, which means they're already done. You just get to align your consciousness to know that they're yours and claim them boldly and live them each day fiercely and know that your dreams are your destiny. It's like my tagline. It's, you're never too late. You're never too old. Own them fiercely. Claim them boldly. Right? And so what do you really want? Go big. And then, and I do this in reinvention and even in our Limitless Academy, I need you to bring it down though, because we want to go up the ladder of belief. See, if you just sit there and go, I'm a millionaire, I'm affirming it every day. Why isn't it happening? If you have no feelings around being a millionaire, and I will have women say to me, Melissa, but I don't feel any resistance. And I go, do you feel excited? And they're like, I don't feel anything. I'm like, you're not even connected to it then. So you don't even actually feel like being a millionaire is possible. So that's what the mind will do. Sometimes when we think, oh, I'm totally good with this, consciously, there's no resistance. But the truth is, it's like looking at a vision board that's got all these epic ideas on it, but if it doesn't evoke anything in you and you're like, that's nice, it's just like flipping through a magazine. You need to feel it to bring it to you. So when we're looking at being locked in, as the kiddos call it, what this means is we need focus. Focus is beautiful, but we want to do it the feminine way. And feminine focus comes with feeling and embodying the state of being who has the thing that we're desiring. So we're coming from the end. We're coming from it's done. We're coming from the energy of I already have it. We're not coming from the energy of what do I need to do to make it happen? I don't have it yet. We're not coming from trying. We're not coming from hoping. We're not coming from I need to work for this every day. We're coming from it's already mine. And if it's already mine, how would I feel? And what would I be doing if it's mine? And that's when people will say, unless if it was mine, I'd just be spending all this money. And I'm like, no, you would feel like, I get that. And you can do things that would be symbolic of that, like online shopping and putting a bunch of stuff in your car, going to the mall, and like trying a ton on, putting it on hold and being like, I'll be back. doing the things that you would do. You went with the intention. So we can do the same thing. You can look at houses on Zillow. You can go into a jewelry store and try on things and be like, I'll come back another day. I just wanted to get ideas. You can walk into Chanel and put on sunglasses and bags and be like, great. That's what you would do if you were shopping for something. Just because you walked into the store, you can still embody that and be that person. And notice when I say that, if a part of you is that's a waste of time, then you actually know where your set point is financially. So getting back to this, what do you really want? And I want you to go big. And then I want you to bring it down to the ladder of belief. What do I believe is feasible before it starts to just become, so let's just use money. If I'm like, okay, getting an extra $1,000 this month, if you're like, yeah, that feels good. If I'm like 5,000 and you're like, okay, I don't know how that would happen. We're starting to notice that would feel a little, all right. If I send 10, you're just like, yeah, I don't like, I just can't even wrap my head around that. Like, I don't know where it would come from. Even if I say you don't need to know the how, there's still no connection point. So we know probably 2,500 would be like a push. So that's about the ladder of belief and really connecting in, embodying that version of you. And she's focused because she knows that this time, this locked in time, is going to get her to where she wants to be. That when she's popping that champagne on New Year's, she's, yeah, I hit my goal. The first 30 days through Melissa Catherine's bold challenge, 30-day bold challenge, be seen, 30 days to change. The first 30 months, I changed this habit and started waking up earlier. The next 30 days, I increased my income. The next 30 days, I hit this weight loss. So you get to pick one thing for each goal, but you're all in on that goal. So what does she do differently? And that's how I crafted this gift for you guys, is that one change is going to stick by you doing it consistently for 30 days. That one change is really going to stick for you. Now, big dreams can feel out of reach. So, like I said, 50,000 months can feel impossible. Start with 10. If 30 pounds feels far off, start with 3. I just want to lose 3 pounds. Then what do we do to cement in this change? How do we actually shift the identity as an expert in mindset and having done this for 20 years in specializing in reprogramming the subconscious mind as a master hypnotherapist and life coach? What I have found is the winning combination is stacking the benefits and really owning the evidence and feeding the evidence to your ego daily. What that looks like is I want you to think that your ego is the jury and you are coming into a courtroom and you're like, here's why I love going to bed an hour earlier. I love that I wake up so refreshed. I love that I wake up now without an alarm. I love that I wake up now and I work out and I'm back and I'm getting so much more done and I'm done work even earlier. I love how creative I feel. I love that I'm sleeping more soundly. Another benefit is I just lost weight naturally. I love that I'm blank. So you're stacking the evidence. When you feed the ego, which is nothing more than a construct of past consciousness it's literally a tape recorder. Remember old tapes? Yes, I'm so old. 47 over here, a tape recorder. I just want, and when you would see like the tape would all come out and all the film would just like hang. And that's when like the tape, so it's like flipping, right? It's like, it's done. Well, that's what happens. We want to pull out the old tapes. We've got 80,000 thoughts on repeat a day. 60,000 of them are negative. They're nothing more than programs of past consciousness that you've created. Beliefs about yourself that you've repeated so much that they've turned into identities. Some that serve you, many that hurt you. I want you to challenge the rules, challenge the beliefs, come in and rewrite them because a new belief gets created in 17 seconds. Joseph Murphy, incredible book. Within 17 seconds, you can rewrite a belief. So all we get to do is override the old programs, close the tabs, and write a new one by stacking the ego with the evidence. Here's why I love waking up early. Here's why I love working out. See, all too often we adopt a new habit, but we actually don't allow ourselves to celebrate and cement in. So then we end up defaulting to the old program. because we actually never really created a new one and cemented it in. This is my specialty. This is what I do. So you want to build the belief and then expand upon your capacity. Now, the fourth and very important thing is environment. And here's what most women miss. Focus dies in clutter. Really take that in. Understand, guys, how are you supposed to stay focused? One, if you have no clarity, which we already talked about. Two, if your clarity has no real benchmarks, right? It's just, I want money. What does that mean? And by when? And what are you doing with it? And why do you even want it? See, as women, it's been proven that if we actually are tethered to a why, we can easily not only self-sabotage or override the desire with another default old program. Meaning you could start off strong. How many of you have started a diet that you do great for a week or two and then you're back and you're like, I don't even know what happened. Or you started saving money and you paid off a few things. And then all of a sudden you opened up another credit card or you went shopping or you stopped looking at your statements. And now you're like, how did this just happen again? So this is sustain. We need focused intention. So focus dies in clutter. The mind needs clarity. It needs white space. And right now, more than ever in this time and age, there's so much noise. The mind actually craves white space, and it very rarely has it. So if your home is a mess, if your closet is stuffed, if your calendar is chaotic, you will not be able to make sense of it, and your mind will jumble everything together because it's trying to pull in. Think about what you do. If you wake up and you've opened up I don't know a person that doesn't have 5,000 different things open on their phone, right? And they're like, oh, I checked this social media, I checked my email, I looked at my phone log. Okay, so this is happening. Then whatever is going on in your home, whoever you live with, whatever is going on there, then you go into your refrigerator, then you look in your closet, then you open your drawers in your office. If there's paper trails, if drawers are unorganized, all of this, your brain is just going, oh my God, I need to clean that up. Oh my God, I need to do this. So now we've just got energy leaks. And if everything is energy and we're leaking all of our energy before we even know it within the first 30 minutes of waking up, you are completely disconnected from divinity and oneness with yourself to even get the divine inspiration. Your brain is already on overflow and you're feeling overwhelmed and disconnected. We want to have clutter-free spaces where we're going and creating. If you're sitting there and you're like, Melissa, there is no way that I can clean up all the things. One, there's so much that I can say about that. But the most important thing is just start looking at the spaces that you can control and where you spend most of your time. If your house is a mess, your closet, all of that, this is what creates a collapse in your focus. So clean your space. That's why we also talked about being the queen, upgrading your look, simplify your environment. And one of the things in particular for women over 40 is simplifying everything. Less is more. This is the age of elegance, sophistication, and class. And that comes less is more when it comes to makeup, less is more when it comes to what we're wearing and options to choose from. Have specific things that just make it easy. If you missed it, I put out my fall fashion guide. And in this, it was really about dressing for confidence, how to put specific looks together, what's on trend for fall, and the best pieces to invest in, what to get rid of, and how to really upgrade your style. If you want, definitely, I will make sure to link that video below and put it here for you so that you can also benefit from that. I think you'd really enjoy that as well. But simplifying your environment it helps so much. And the less that you have your mind as women, we can multitask. Men are single focused. That's why when you go and you talk to your partner, if they're a man and you say, hey, babe, and they're watching football and you're like, I need you to pick up so-and-so. And if you do this and they're not hearing anything, that they literally can't hear you. And then when you get angry that they didn't do the thing you asked them to do, they actually never heard it. Whereas women, we multitask. We have 50 different tabs open, like a computer. And we're thinking, okay, my kids need to do this. If a man had to feed their child they would forget. They're single focused. That's why women are able to birth children and given the ability to breastfeed and the responsibility to actually feed them. I'm not meaning to diminish men whatsoever. I'm just actually speaking into the science and the differences between how we think. I say this because I'm teaching you from the principle of focused energy for the feminine. And the divine feminine, yes, we have masculine energy, but this is also speaking into how to use the to-do energy to get things done. We need to clear the clutter. We need to have it organized, and we need to have spaces where we do have white space. So creativity, ideas, and actual room will allow us to feel more settled, to feel more grounded, and to feel more divinely inspired. And that's going to support you in not only elevating your energy and your consciousness, but in your productivity in this locked in time period. And in truth, you can use everything I'm saying all throughout the year, but in particular for this like Q4 time, especially for my female entrepreneurs, wannabe-preneurs, and just those that are doing a lot of things. We got a lot of time. 4 months might not seem like a lot, but when you're focused, it is fascinating how much you can get done. And when you really look at time chunking, and that is another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. For this energy and this time chunking, and especially if you have ADD or dyslexia or both like me, time chunking and giving yourself, since time doesn't really exist, giving yourself specifics like I'm giving myself 30 minutes for my morning practice. I'm doing 30 minutes on this one task for work. I'm going to do an hour. This will take this much. Always know by Parkinson's law, the amount of time that you allot to something is the amount of time that it will take. So if you're sitting now, obviously you want to be realistic with things and you're like, it's not going to take me 10 minutes to redo my closet. But if you give yourself 4 hours, just pay attention to, are you still being as effective and efficient with your time as possible? I find time chunking to be one of the most effective tools, and you will be amazed. I see this all the time with my clients at how much time you have when you actually sit and just follow what you need to do that day. It is proven, and there's a great book called Eat the Frog. Forget who it's by, but it really speaks to doing the thing that you don't want to do the most first to get it out of the way. Do the thing that you don't want to do first. One, in terms of neuroscience, in the morning hours, not only do we have more attention, but more bandwidth and ambition to get things done. So stack the things that need to get done, the highest priority that you're having the most resistance around, put that first. Get it done, and the rest is easy peasy. So the next thing that I want to say is when you do time chunk, put down the exact amount of time that you really want to spend. So if you really want to ideally only work certain hours a day or this and that, make your schedule accordingly. You will be blown away by how much you do. The way that the brain is structured is it needs to do tasks that are of similar requirements. So for instance, if you're like me, I do my filming all in one day. If I had to do coaching, podcasting, and writing all in the same day, it requires different things of my brain. So instead, I know that days that I need to teach, I stack them and I put them in one day. My podcast days, when I'm on other people's podcasts, that's all in one day. When I'm doing YouTube videos, recording videos, when we have content days, I try as much as possible either to do it all in one day or all within a stack of time. It is proven that our brain works more efficiently and at higher levels because you have less time to adjust and pivot to access different parts of your brain. Like when I'm writing, that's very different. I'm thinking very differently than I am as when I'm sitting here on video with you. My energy is different, what I'm using in my brain. So the more that you can work with your body, with your brain, with your energy, and with your schedule. So create your schedule accordingly to you. Everyone is different. And it's really important to know the rhythms with you. I was doing this in our reinvention call because that's my program where identity meets purpose. and where women are in midlife and in transition, whether they want to pivot what they're doing or start something completely new, knowing that they want to just do it by their own design, not by default. And they want to do it by their rules. They're done checking all the boxes. They're done people pleasing. They're done playing small. They're done with the nice girl era, right? It's I'm here. I've got stuff to say and I'm ready to take up space. And in that, we were talking this past week and I was saying, really teaching them about understanding how to work with your rhythms. And that is something that I would say for women 40 plus, especially no matter what's going on with you hormonally and understanding your times of focus and where they're highest for what you're needing to produce and do. And especially for my moms who like might need to chunk and do better by chunking in the morning, taking, and then the afternoon, they're like doing their things with their kids and their family. And then they maybe do another hour or two, and then they've got the night off. It's really learning how to create something that really works for you and understanding that it's your life and you get to do it your way and it gets to be fun and it gets to be feminine. And it's not about pushing, proving, or struggling, right? So simplify your environment. When your surroundings match your vision, your focus multiplies, okay? When your focus matches your surroundings, everything multiplies. And like I said, to help you start today, I built a 30-day guide where you get to pick one micro habit, stick with it. That's it. One small action, guaranteed results when you follow through. Not because the habit is magic, but because consistency is. And you'll finally prove to yourself that you can trust yourself and that you show up for you. And if you're ready to upgrade your mind, your body, and life, this is your moment to stop feeding distractions, starve them, feed your desires, because these next 4 months can change everything. Make sure to grab my free guide below. And if you are ready to truly upgrade, join me inside Limitless Academy, our online mind, body, and life mastery membership program, where you meet with me each week live and an incredible group of women just like you, endless resources, endless community, real-time coaching, hot seat, live Q&A, personalized to you to support you in your next level. You are here to go to your next level. You're meant to be who you've always known you're meant to be. And that starts by you declaring it and owning it fiercely. And I'd love to support you in that journey. All my love, guys. I can't wait to be with you in the next video. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye.